around.
This is crazy.
Ma'am, are you a whore? You're not a whore? Not a whore? You're not a whore?
I never want to hear it again.
Sweet Jesus.
You're not a whore? Not a whore? You're not a whore?
I never want to hear it again.
It gets worse.
There were drugs involved that were given to me that ended up being glue. Like I smoked some glue and stuff. I thought I was smoking crack.
Let's go.
You didn't say the cat jumped on his wiener, did you? Sit down and shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Cat jumped on his wiener. Cat jumped on his wiener. Shut up. Cat jumped on his wiener. Cat jumped on his wiener. Shut up. Cat jumped on his wiener. Cat jumped on his wiener. Shut up. Cat jumped on his wiener. Cat jumped on his wiener. Shut up.
Can you just let this go for once? For once? Once?
Okay, that being known.
Town Center Place versus Melvin. All three cases, is that or two cases? Three cases.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Yes, good afternoon.
What do you think?
Yes.
It's a lot of people's fault, but Alyssa sent it to me first. We've been following this one for a while. Old Grandma Potts here.
Okay, state your appearance.
If there's any progress.
And Miss Melvin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, state your name for me.
Secret Margaret Melvin.
Thank you. Okay, I'm almost afraid to ask, but where are we?
We're having some issues, Your Honor.
Pardon?
We are having some issues, Your Honor.
Okay, what are the issues?
We have a few, I believe it was three occasions?
Yeah.
2 occasions in which we pulled the fire alarm for not having heat in our unit.
Okay.
We also have a note on the door that we're not permitted entry for insect control or pest services, which was a important point in this case to.
Okay, I haven't seen this one yet, but already I saw little bits of it. I checked the end and I saw the end of this and I'm thinking she needs assisted living, plain and simple. And this is only confirming that.
Continue that. And then we went in for to assess the heat as she was concerned about it, and the unit is reading 85 degrees. So
I'm sorry.
the unit is reading 85 degrees. There's no heat issue. So the fire alarm pulls were not only unwarranted for a fire, but also the concern in which she complained about wasn't present.
Is that it?
That's what I have at this moment.
Okay.
But,
All right. Okay, go ahead.
One of the
State your name. State your
my
name.
name's Michael Melvin. I'm Sandra's son. She did pull the fire alarm on an occasion. She was in the bathroom, turned on the fan. The fan caught on fire. It was blowing out smoke and flames.
Okay. Did you report that then to the landlord?
They know about it.
Okay. And so that was on one occasion, my understanding.
It was like 3 months ago. There was an electrical fire. And about 4 days or 4 weeks later, there was another electrical fire in the building on apartment 508. Okay, this time.
Okay, so and council, what were the dates?
I'm talking about 11/27, correct? 11/27 on 2 occasions that day.
Okay, so both happened on 11/27. So
I'm sorry.
that's
One on 11/27.
Hold on, I can find it.
And then 11/18.
okay. So 11/18 and 11/20.
Wait, I'm sorry.
18 and one on the 27th.
Yes.
11/18 and 11/27.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I have proofs if you'd like to see.
That what?
I have some proofs if you'd like to see.
Well,
I'm offering, you don't have to take it, Your Honor.
no, I know, but I guess what I'm trying to figure out is when the bathroom fan did whatever it did, that was not one of these 2 dates.
No.
Okay. So then I'm going to ask this. Why'd you pull the fire alarm on the 18th and the 27th?
Well, when I, turned on
Well, I'm in front of an indulgent judge that lets me get away with anything. So I thought, why not?
the heat in the unit, it went poof. And had my experience with the bathroom, I pulled the fire alarm because it's right outside my door.
Okay, so
I expected to see go into a flame, and I didn't want it to get any bigger.
okay, let me ask this.
So what the,
Hang on. Are these gas furnaces?
No, they're boiler system, I'm sorry. Boiler system, but there is an electrical fan in the system.
Got it. Okay. But there isn't a flame of any type.
On the units, no, Your Honor.
All right, but you heard a sound.
Yes, we know.
Right. And so because of that and the experience that you had with the bathroom, you pulled the fire alarm.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Did that occur on both occasions?
yes,
So on both of the times you pulled the fire alarm, you did that because you heard that sound?
well, they didn't come and didn't make it operating, so I have heat coming out of the heating unit. It didn't work. A little bit on the top of the filter was a little bit heat, but the whole unit didn't heat my apartment. It didn't keep it warm. They called in some expert, I guess, a little kid, and he looked at it and says, oh, no, it's fine.
Okay, but
I
But
didn't
when they-
get any heat.
okay, but when they went to your unit regarding the heat, they said your unit was at 85.
Well, was it a sunny day or was it a cloudy day?
Can I add?
Sure.
Okay. I know I did come, one day I did come out there, Renee told me that she put the fire alarm because of her furnace. Her furnace as it works, the fan as it works since October. I'm assuming the noise she heard are the capacitor for the fan to start. When I went up there, when they were doing the countertops, she sent up one of the maintenance men, a younger black fellow, real nice fellow. He come out there, he went over, he flipped it to low, he flipped it to high a couple of times. He said it definitely wasn't working, and his first protocol was to go get a new thermostat and try the thermostat before they called anybody.
Got it.
But he's been back since then.
I mean, this is a crime. It's a crime to do that. You understand that she's in a building with a bunch of other old people who had to leave.
So the unit, are you saying that there is not heat in the unit now?
If you put your hands on the wall, it does not on the wall, but the hands do not come out. There's a thermostat, like she said, there's a fan of water in the wall.
So there's two things to do here. We can determine that she's not responsible for her own actions. That is plausible to me because she's not all there. Then we need to appoint somebody, a guardian, to make appropriate decisions for her. I think that's probably where we are. But if we don't think that's the case, then she needs to be prosecuted for pulling a fire alarm for no reason.
Yeah. There's a switch to turn that fan on or off. That is not working.
Okay, so the switch to turn the fan on is not working.
The thermostat, yes.
You guys know anything about that? I mean, the thermostat's going to do a couple of things. It's going to, but okay. Yeah.
Our units, it's heat or hot.
Understand that. Because like I say, if you go,
Yeah, but here's the thing. What floor are you on?
Right.
Okay. So some of the heat that she's going to receive are going to be from other units. And so my only question would be, is her blower working?
According to our expert, yes.
Expert who?
Monroe Plumbing Heating Company.
When did they go out?
They were there on 11/18. They sent us an invoice that says the heating system was functioning properly at the time of assessment.
Okay.
they're there, the maintenance man was there, he said it wasn't working.
When was that? The maintenance man?
The counters.
That was prior to.
That was prior to that point. But on the 18th, somebody came out and said it's operating. Okay.
That is the note that I
I
have.
was there, turned it on, turned it up on high, fell all the way up, nothing. Flipped it over to cool.
Okay, but let's put it this way. They have somebody that less than a month ago was saying that the heating's working. I'm going to assume that the heating is working unless I see something else. I'm also going to indicate that if, even if the heat is not working, and Ms. Melvin, it's not an appropriate response to pull a fire alarm.
He said you cannot pull the fire alarm for those reasons.
Well, I don't understand that, but you said experience in the bathroom.
No, okay.
No, that's in my mind.
Okay, but here's the problem with that, Ms. Melvin, is that
Indeed
when
it
you
is.
do something like that, and it's not a true emergency where there is indeed a fire or a threat of fire or a threat to somebody's life, then what ends up happening is you're pulling resources away from other activities or duties that the fire department needs to deal with.
I understand that, but I'm not that knowledgeable about heat and this and the fire department, all that.
I understand that, but I don't care because I'm more important than everybody else. All my neighbors, the rest of the town, and the fire services. Do you understand, Judge? Good.
I'm 83 years old. I'm supposed to be nice and safe and warm at home.
Okay, I understand that, but you can't be pulling the fire alarm unless...
I will not do it the next time, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, so now there's the issue of insect control. Why'd you say they couldn't come in the unit? Why'd you put a sign up?
Well, remember the first day in court I came and I brought the sack was 22 pounds of mouse poop?
Hey,
Well,
how am I to forget?
the exterminator doesn't come and pick up the dead mice. So I have to do that. And I take it down to the office and ask him what to do with it. Then the exterminator come, he will put the box down, but he didn't bring any traps. Like today he came, and the last time he came was like September, and they posted this note on the door yesterday that pest control is coming tomorrow and there will be between 9, and it is mandatory. Mandatory means I have to be out of the apartment with my pets for at least 4 hours. Clear out all your kitchen counters and items stored under the kitchen. Clear off the top of the refrigerator so the tech can pull it out. Which is what I did. That's why I got all the mice poop. Remove all your sheets, covers, dust ruffles, comforters, pillows, and other bedding covers from your mattress and box spring, including protective bed bug cover. If not removed, the technician will remove them. Tenant must stay out of the bedroom treated area for a minimum of 4 hours. Remove all personal items from furniture, couch, chair for bed bug inspection only. If you have any question, you notify them. Well, with all this remodeling and removing stuff out of my apartment, the whole thing is a big mess. It's going to take me about 6 months to be able to find stuff in my apartment. And this eviction proves that the mice not there, because I haven't seen any mice in 2 weeks. And they don't come up and inspect mice or come and pick them up. But I go down there.
All right, but Ms. Melvin, here's the thing. The unit has to be treated for insects. Okay?
No.
It has to be treated. So you have to cooperate in that treatment. And the way that, the way that that's going to happen is they are providing you what they need you to do so that the treatment can happen. Okay? So what you were reading to me was a pretty standard letter that tenants or notification that tenants get at all the complexes that I think I hear. I could almost mount that list before you, as you were saying it. That's what has to be done to prepare the unit so that it can be treated.
Well, it was done 4 months earlier when they came in and put up all the mouse, all the stuff there. And I had to pick up all the dead mouse even off the balcony. So I went through all that treatment.
But you can't just treat once and that's it. It's a periodic kind of treatment that they have to do to make sure that there aren't these insects in the apartment. Okay? So that it's going to happen more than once. And one of the reasons why they give you that notice of that list is so that you're aware what you need to do so that when the treatment people come, they can just get their job done. You're out of your unit and they can move on and do what else they need to do.
Yeah, but all the stuff out of the kitchen, all the bedroom, all that stuff is all over the place. Plus, where you're supposed to put it if you take it off the stove, take it off here, take it over there. Well, old people who are seniors.
I know.
I did that stuff since 2006, and we never had this kind of a treatment.
Okay, but that's a pretty standard treatment. Okay, if they weren't treating that way before, I'm not sure why they weren't, but that's a pretty standard treatment. All right, and the problem is, Ms. Melvin, is that if they aren't able to treat in that fashion, you actually end up in a situation where they may have to treat the place more frequently because if everybody doesn't cooperate in that process.
But they just did my apartment for 3 months. They're coming and this, and they come in and they didn't even bring the mouse traps, and then they bring this and that. I just went through it for 3 months.
Yes.
As she did have an issue, she's going to be having it for a while.
Pardon?
As she did have an issue with mice, she's going to be having treatment for a while.
Correct.
So that they don't come back.
Right.
Mice don't come back.
the mice and any other insects that could got in where the mice got in. Yes. It's a long process and it is bothersome. We understand, but it's going to be every 2 weeks for a while because she did have an issue.
I've been doing this for 3 months.
Okay, but
And like the guy doesn't even come in. Matter of fact,
so
he
the
hasn't been coming for the last 4 weeks.
so the current treatment plan is every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so when is the next treatment scheduled?
It was supposed to be today.
And it didn't happen.
And it didn't happen because she put a sign on her door saying that she denies entry. So then it's going to be in another 2-ish weeks, probably right.
No, that's not what the whole note said. The whole note said, I need new poison boxes and new the mouth trap. So I put him in the bag and I talked to him and he's going to bring me new ones. So I'm already following instruction. So he takes the old ones out.
Okay, but here's the thing. Miss Melvin. And I don't want to have to do this because it won't necessarily do anybody any good. But you're going to need to let them into your unit every 2 weeks.
No problem there. But right now, because they moved all my stuff out of my house, I got boxes here, boxes here, boxes here. I don't even know what box has what. So he's going to come in and probably fall over the boxes. Because I had to clear everything off my balcony because of 5 plants. My whole balcony is empty now. Who's going to reimburse me all that money that went out the door?
Okay, that I don't know the answer to.
Oh,
Yeah,
all I know.
no, but
It's
all the
miserable.
stuff that was removed, there weren't any dead mice in the boxes that were removed. So I got stuff over here, and then they say probably coming, oh, it's not 32 inches from that. Well, 32 inches from that was created by the other manager when she decided to move my bookcase to that side.
I recall this.
The bookcase over here, then put the couch next to the bookcase, so all of a sudden the space from here to the window ain't 32 inches.
Your Honor, that's
You know, they come and they expect to do the
standard. That's not.
No, we're covered by her. We're supposed to be safe seniors living.
Okay, hold on a moment.
That's a city standard. That's not. We have to follow the
The
city.
32
It's just-
inches.
you can't-
Yeah. Okay.
You can't budge on that. Your Honor.
What's the 32
Well-
inches for?
It's basically going to be a hallway between things. So it's about a 32 inches. That's their minimum hallway.
Oh, well, I fixed it.
And what's the problem with hers?
I think she doesn't have pathways that are 32 inches or there's 32 inches from some item. So for example, if you had a furnace, you need to have, things can't be closer, I think, than 32 inches to that furnace.
Why don't,
Other ingresses and egresses. So,
And it's
The hallway there,
36 inches.
pardon?
It's 36 inches. Your Honor.
Yeah. I was going to say, when I was hearing 32, I thought it was 3 feet.
Yeah, it's 36. It was adopted by the city. It's a city. And Your Honor, as she stated before, she's the one that called the city out to inspect her unit. The city found this, not us.
what?
on what?
Huh?
On what?
That she was failing to provide a minimum of 36 inches throughout the unit to every window by the code that was adopted by the city. The city building inspector decided that, not us.
Okay.
And we have to follow what the building inspector says.
I have pictures, recent pictures from the apartment.
Okay, well,
Copies.
I get that. But
Are you saying her table's too close to her couch?
Oh, I'm not saying that. We haven't been able to go in and inspect as she denied us entry for the pest situation. So I'm not saying that. I'm saying she was saying 32 inches and acting, or presenting it like it was the previous manager, and I was just clarifying that it wasn't our management at all. It was in fact the city building code, which we are.
The city building code requires that there be certain clearances, and it's typically 3 feet. Clearance.
To the approval of the previous manager.
Pardon?
That was completed to the approval of the previous.
Correct, but here's the thing, that while there may be these periodic inspections, those clearances have to exist at all times.
Okay.
So it's an issue. I mean, quite frankly, the way that this works is, and you realize this happens in places, is the inspection happens, they clear it to 36, and then quite frankly, just the reality of tenants, they will move that stuff back. And I mean, but when the inspection happens, the clearance needs to be there.
No. When you move in, HUD gives you a sheet with some that it tells you, you want to be happy, enjoy this, enjoy this, enjoy this. Then all of a sudden, what now comes up? Do I have to be this way and this way? Well, why don't they give you that blueprint when you move in?
Okay,
you know where to put your furniture.
but Miss, I can't go back to the time that you moved in.
I know.
All right. So what I've got to do is I've got to deal with what we have right now. All right. But in terms of the approximate 3 feet, right now, my understanding is the inspection hasn't happened. So I'm not sure it's right for me to deal with even at this point, because I don't know that you're necessarily in violation of that.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to deal with it. So I just need I need you to allow the insect treatment.
Allow what?
The treatment for pest control treatment. I need you.
That's no problem, because I told him if I to put the box.
Yeah, but you can't, but Miss Melvin, if they're going to come today, you can't then put a sign saying you can't come in today.
Well, I left the bag with all the dirt stuff in there on the front door. And I talked to the fellow and I said, I need new protection, the poison box, and I need new mouse traps. So he says you bring it.
They still need to treat for the bugs. They still need to treat for the bugs.
Well, I don't have any bugs.
I know you don't. That's besides.
I've been there over 16 years. I never had any bugs.
Well, and they're trying to make sure that you don't. They're trying to make sure that you don't end up with any.
Pardon me?
They're trying to make sure that you don't end up with any. Sometimes, Miss Melvin, it's not necessarily you. It could be another unit. It could be whatever, but you've got to comply in the treatment, okay?
And
okay, no problem.
And Your Honor, once there's a presence of like mice or other things, there's a way that they're getting in, which
Correct.
prevents an opportunity for other insects, other things to get in through the same way that the mice got in.
Okay. The mice come through the wall.
I know.
The mice can also come through the walls, is the point.
On the third floor too.
Yeah, but they can crawl.
They can be called. That's the point. They have to.
It might be the flying mice. I don't know. But look, people.
Some of the mice come through the walls. I bought tape to keep it sealed so they don't come out. I spent about $40 at the hardware store sealing them up so they come up, because the treatment doesn't do that.
Okay. So here's what I'm doing.
I even picked up mice at the whole city hall.
So here's what we're going to do, Ms. Melvin. Okay? There's the next inspection or treatment would be the 19th, and then there would be one. Is it going to be January 2nd then?
There's a next inspection. Where?
Wait a minute. Let me look at the phones. Or the email, sorry.
Oh, she is. Okay. I didn't see. Miss Young?
Yes.
Miss Young, you have your hand raised. I see you now in Zoom. My staff let me know. I wasn't monitoring my screen.
Okay, are you able to hear me?
Yes, we are, ma'am.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Your Honor. Yes, I do have a question
Sure.
in regards to Adult Protective Services. And
I have a question. You're appearing in court in the capacity as a professional with a freaking hat on. I mean, get a clue.
our involvement with Miss Melvin came to our attention because she was at risk of being evicted. We've been working with Miss Melvin since August, August 28th to be exact. I've been to her apartment several times. I've spoken with her. I've spoken with management. She also has resources through the Housing Bureau for Seniors. Adult Protective Services is not servicing Miss Melvin at this point. The service that we were attempting to provide to Miss Melvin was provided to her by her son. Her investigation is still open with us. My question is, I can't close out this investigation until I know that Miss Melvin is no longer at risk for eviction. So she's kind of just, we've been kind of just sitting in the corner waiting to find out the outcome. Yeah. It doesn't seem like an outcome is going to happen anytime soon. It's Miss Melvin at risk for eviction. And at this point, is this just an issue? You know, it just sounds like it's not APS worthy at this point. I'm not sure what we're doing here.
Well, can I stop you for a moment?
Clearly, the one thing she said I really agree with so far is that she does not understand the drill.
And let me just explain part of that. I hear you, because you also have to understand that for me, I started with one case involving a condition on her balcony. And so that was the original case. Subsequent to that, then another case was filed before we finished the balcony case. And another case was filed involving other issues which could lead to her termination. And I think that one...
Termination and then the health hazard. Yeah.
The health hazard.
Yeah.
What was the health hazard?
Hold on. I'm just trying to explain why we're like almost, well, we're not a year down the road, but we're a ways down the road. So...
It's almost like if someone would have called this out, I don't know, maybe in the first video I did, and saw the situation for what it was, we wouldn't be here.
Maybe, certainly from any outside agency attempting to try to assist somebody, I think for you, you're looking at it like this thing started at this point, and now we're way down here, and it looks like it's not going anywhere. And that's because there are different targets. So then when we were dealing, and also appreciate this. So then when we were dealing with the health and safety issues.
I was too nice.
Other issues regarding the balcony came back up. So I couldn't even close that case. And so it's just that we have these three cases all kind of filed at different times that just extend it and place her at a risk for eviction. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, it does. But from a APS standpoint, is she Is she safe? Is she vulnerable? It's just growing into something so much bigger. From an APS standpoint, she appears to be safe. She's not vulnerable from our perspective. This seems like a landlord-tenant issue.
Yeah, no, I think so look, that's probably a good point. I would have to say, if I'm looking at it from that standard, I would think that she is not vulnerable at this moment to eviction. I would attribute that in great part because of her son coming along and certain assistance.
And that's the problem. That is the problem right there in a nutshell.
Being provided to get things done. All right. Now, in saying that, I'm not predicting the ultimate outcome of the cases, but I get what you're saying. I mean, you're trying to deal with seniors that are at risk, serious risk of eviction, and other sort of bad things occurring to them in their housing. And
this just doesn't feel
I
like
would say this. At this point, as long as her son, as long as progress can be made, I would place her into a different category than that of vulnerable.
That is the whole problem. His heart's in the right place. He thinks he's helping. He's not. It's not good for her. It's not good for her neighbors. It's not good for the fire department. It's not good for anybody involved. It's certainly not good for the landlord. But we've got this misplaced empathy, which is just causing a mess. For all the world, the woman looks like she has sundowner syndrome. She is not well. She is not able to live alone. Some adults need to face this fact and act accordingly.
Does that help you without me breaking a ruling?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And I will consult with my superiors as well, because this is a investigation that is not an investigation any longer. It's just kind of waiting on an outcome.
And I get it, because frankly, even as a case itself, it's not a case that it's not my typical case. It's just I get these layers added on, and it's trying to sort of manage a circumstance here. So I hear you. All right.
Okay.
All right.
I understand, Your Honor.
Okay. So go ahead, ma'am. What were you going to?
I will consult with my superiors to see if it's necessary for me to continue participating in these hearings, and also if we can move forward with an
and hopefully they mentioned that you shouldn't wear a hat in court, but I doubt it.
Investigation closure, as it doesn't seem that Miss Melvin is at any type of imminent risk for harm.
Cool. I would have to agree with that. And the main, it's just, it's like every time I'm getting here, there's something else, but it's not.
I wish we were going to talk conditional dismissal today.
What'd you say?
We wanted to talk conditional dismissal today. We wanted to talk terms to put in a conditional dismissal to finish.
Right. So. Right.
That is where we are. However, we just kind of keep having these
correct
things that pop up that we have to deal with, that we can't ignore. And while we're in court, it's like.
Right. So, ma'am, I don't know if you've heard that or not, but everybody is looking for is a conditional dismissal with certain things laid out. If I were still on the first case, I could lay out myself the specific things that needed to be done. However, it moves. And so we've got to sit down and try to figure it out once we can get things sort of stabilized and put together a conditional dismissal. So and that's where I'd like to head. But every time I get here, we've got to kind of head down some other path. Yep. And I'm going to let you know so you can have the opportunity to certainly speak with your superiors about closing the case. And while I appreciate why you might have to do that, it has been a comfort to me that you have been here. So, and I do really mean that, because it's one of those things of just, as we're trying to sort it through, you hear different things where there might be certain things that may be needed than the court would. So, yeah. You know, so that's where we are.
Okay.
And folks, here's what I'm intending on doing is I want to get through 2 of these.
The pest
inspections. And then I want to set this for a final settlement conference so I can hopefully close my 3 cases with a conditional order of dismissal.
So, Your Honor, we do believe that it's the second if the pest control services are open that day. If they're not, it would be the 9th.
The 9th?
That they would come.
Okay. So what's my date after the 9th?
Tuesday the 16th.
16th. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Yes, Tuesday the 16th at 9 a.m. I'm going to want.
13th, you mean?
Are we talking December or January?
I'm talking January.
I apologize.
I was like, that's a Friday.
Thank you, Ann.
Can I help you?
So what would it?
The first date after the 9th, which would be a Tuesday in January, is the 20th.
The 20th. Yes. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this for January 20th. All right. So,
Andrew, that's impressive. That's the most shameless of many shameless comments. I love it.
On that day, rather than have these numerous hearings going through saying we're going to do X, I'm going to order at this time, Ms. Melvin, that you're to comply with all pest extermination services and inspections.
Okay, can you say that again? Because I'm totally...
When they are coming to spray for bugs, all right, and insects, you are to cooperate in that process.
Call what?
You are to cooperate with that process.
Okay.
Okay? I don't want any more notes on the door that they can't come in.
That's the first time I'll put a note.
I know, it's the first time, and it's going to be the last.
I didn't say you couldn't come in. When you brings me the new stuff, you could come in and post it.
Okay. All right.
It's a whole note.
So then, here's what we're going to do on the 20th. Because I have the same feeling as Miss Young. At some point, this has to end.
And Your Honor, we believe that by that point, the city will be able to reinspect as well.
And the city will be able to reinspect.
Right.
So
that should give us enough time.
What I'm hoping is, at that point, Ms. Mellon, just listen to me. At that point, I'm going to take whatever issue I have, whatever information I have, and I'm going to fashion a remedy to be contained in the conditional order to dismiss. You understand that? So whatever issues you have between now and then, you bring them, and then I'm just going to make a decision as to how we're going to handle it and how it's going to be handled in the future.
So do you want me to draft you one and then you see what we were thinking, the terms that we were thinking?
Yeah, you can draft one that has the terms, but
no,
but what I'm saying is, had I done this before, it wouldn't have included don't pull the fire out. Right?
Right.
Because that hadn't happened. So I don't know what's going to happen between now and January 20th.
Yes.
But anything, and that goes for both sides, whatever issues the plaintiff has, bring them. I'm going to just make a call on it. Ms. Melvin, you bring to me whatever issues you have. We'll look at it, and I'm going to make a decision on it.
Can I have?
It would probably be my goal that when everybody walks out, I have a conditional order of dismissal and nobody is happy.
Who is she with?
Who is who
Adult
with?
Protective Services.
She's with Adult Protective.
Adult Protective Services.
She's the one that come out with the fellows to put your stuff in boxes.
That was the state of Michigan?
Mm-hmm.
That
Yes.
came with the federal marshal?
With the federal marshal. What?
Yeah. I thought it was business card.
All right. Okay, I don't know who came out there, Miss Melvin. If federal marshals came out, you're way more important than even I am.
Right.
We need a time for January 20th.
And that's at 9 a.m.
What the hell did I do?
What do you mean, what did you do?
I don't need the federal marshal protected.
No,
and all that
Miss
stuff.
Miss Melvin, no federal marshals are coming out.
That has nothing to do with us.
All right?
Hey, do your thing.
What?
I'm calling on the Lord.
Okay.
Did you come out? You came out. You're the one that came out to put all the stuff in the boxes with the workers, right?
Yes, sir. That was me.
You didn't.
Where was I?
We spoke with Miss Melvin after the last court hearing, and then, well, two hearings back. We made arrangements for our resources to come out to assist with packing and to move things around. It did not happen that day.
Can I have your name?
It did not happen that day because Miss Melvin was not ready for us to proceed with that project. And at that point, that was when I called you, Mr. Melvin, for your help. And you've been consistently helping since then.
Okay, Miss Robert, let's listen.
Okay. Yeah, I understand what happened.
My blood pressure is 200 over 100 for the last 5 weeks. I can't sleep
Miss
that
Melvin,
night.
Miss Melvin,
What's happening?
okay, Miss Melvin, hold on.
What did I do?
You did nothing, Miss Melvin. All right, so here's what's going to happen, Miss Melvin. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to see you in January, on January 20th, okay?
Like, where am I supposed to?
Okay, and maybe there's something to be said for it being that day. Okay, we'll see you that day at 9 o'clock. We're going to get this all hammered out so that everybody knows how things are going to work, okay? Miss Melvin, what did I tell you before? You don't need to get worried about this. Nothing's going to happen until I say it's going to happen to you, and I haven't said it. I made you that promise at the beginning. I'm going to keep my
I
promise.
know you did.
Okay? All right. Anything else? I'm not going to ask that. I'm done.
We're done.
All right.
We're done. We're done.
Okay.
We appreciate you, Your Honor.
Thank you, folks. Miss Young, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Can I leave a copy with you just so?
Yes, you can leave it with my staff. All right.
Yeah, another seal.
That's a wild one. It's sad. It's obviously what needs to happen is the eviction needs to proceed. These people are, that's what effectively is going on here. The landlord has become social services via the judge tying them up. That's what's going on here. And it sucks. It's not good for the landlord. It's not good for the tenant. She has declined. It's sad. Nobody wants to face it, but that's what's going on here. Plain and simple. There is no scenario that they can craft where this gets cleaned up and she behaves herself going forward. That will not happen. We are past that point. We have crossed the Rubicon. There is no going back. It's not a very fun one, but it's interesting, but it's not fun. I feel for her. But all this, mamby-pamby woke hand wringing is not worth a warm bucket of spit. We're just inconveniencing her neighbors and her landlord and society as a whole. But worst of all, we don't have her in the proper place. And we have her melting down in open court, showing that she's not in the proper place. God, I don't like these. The last thing I want to do is be the voice of reason. I hate it when I'm put in that position. Get it together over there in Washtenaw County. Thanks for coming out. I'll see you soon.